and I've been at university for many years. I'm actually a professor and a researcher. Hey guys, so you're a student, you want to go to school or university, and you're wondering, what's the best device to get? Should I get a tablet like an iPad? Should I get an e-ink reader and note-taking device like the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft? Or should I get a laptop? For example, the MacBook Air, that's what I use. So what is better, is the iPad better to take notes, or is it an e-ink reader? So to be honest, I in generally always preferred paper, but then I started using an e-ink reader and they got pretty good, and you can save all the information, all the notes you take, and you can also annotate some PDFs. So the e-ink reader in general is much better tactile feeling, to take notes, and it's more distraction free. So the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft is distraction free. That's the first thing. It's really cool to take notes, and visually it's very nice, screen and screen brightness and colors. Also the refresh rates, in ink tablets can be a little bit problematic, but it's actually no problem. And the battery lasts really long, so that's great, and it's very light. So here's how it looks like with the cover, Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. I already did a couple of, one or two videos about it when I went to a conference, and how it looks like. And now I've used it for several weeks, so I can really tell you this is really cool, but it's in its own ecosystem. So Kindle Scribe is great if you read books on Amazon Kindle. If you want to use Kindle Unlimited, you actually get 3 months with it when you get it. So I like that because I can try out, get out some books or magazines and look how it looks like. Versus taking notes here on this guy here on the iPad, that's another beast. So taking notes, you can do things like this. You can add colors. You can do the same in the other one, but you can see the colors are more vibrant. But when you write, it's really like you write on glass. If you want, you could put a screen. It's called I forgot. It's paper something, but you can stick it on there and it feels a bit rougher. So when you write, it makes like this writing noise, which is okay, if you like that. But the key difference here is really if you want to take some screenshots, you want to go do some web browsing, take some screenshots and take some notes and integrate all of the different things and your emails, and you like the tactile feeling of an iPad or a tablet, then it's perfect, to use, I guess, the iPad, maybe the iPad Air. To be honest, I got the iPad Pro. I tried a little bit some, pro features like editing videos on it, but I still prefer editing videos on the MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. And I think you're probably settled with the iPad Air. You don't need to spend the money for an iPad Pro. But anyways, that's probably for another video. So the iPad, it's great if you need to, have a lot of multimedia in one place and you need to manipulate it and put it together and move around information, images, PDFs, take notes, and you also want to write emails. I use mostly the iPad at home because it's a 13-inch. I mostly use it for watching tutorials, for learning an instrument, and so that's pretty cool. I just put it up, it's tactile, and I can just swipe and watch the next one. So I really use it more for consuming content and watching videos. So a laptop like the iPad Air, I tell you, this guy is perfect. I do a lot of work, I do a lot of multitasking. It's a little bit cheaper than the MacBook Pro. It's thin, it's lighter, it has a longer battery life, and it's much better if you travel a lot. So as a student, I would definitely get this and not the MacBook Pro. I would only get the MacBook Pro if you are editing videos, playing games and stuff like that, where you really need that increased power. But I had this guy, I read online some stuff and I saw some YouTube movies. This guy never throttled on me. It never got overheated. That's just not happening. So I opened tens of tabs, Excel, PDFs, reference managers and other stuff, and I never had any thermal throttling, and Zoom. So if you need to do all this work, which you probably need to do if you go to school, to university, you will need a laptop for sure, and you will carry that guy with you. So I would get the light one. My current workflow, which I really like, is I'm basically using this guy as a distraction-free note-taking tablet, e-ink tablet, the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, and I'm organizing all my daily notes, all my plans, to-do lists, and then I implement all of this in my calendar. Either when I'm at home I use my iPad if I like to the tactile thing, but else I normally do it on my computer and it's synchronized, so I use Google Calendar, for example. So that's what I use, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful, especially for students who want to go to college or university. I guess, the semester starts again, and it's really motivating and exciting. It's also exciting to start on a new device and get your ideas organized. I actually have a couple of videos already up. I have a series of vlogs where I walk in the desert and I talk about productivity, how to organize your calendar, how to make space. And I also have a couple of videos where I'm sitting right here and I show you a little bit some templates. And right now I'm testing a new 5-to-3 productivity method. So if you're interested, have a look at those videos. So if you're learning and you're studying, there is a lot of information and things you need to categorize. And I might actually drop in a couple of videos of the different tools and apps I'm using to stay productive, to have fun, and get all this stuff organized and not burned out with all of it. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.